Hey everybody, how's it doing? Balance Pass just hit lives, and you guys want to know what's in it, so I'm just gonna quickly give it to you. First up is player progression. They decreased the win requirement to level up that sub badge from 2 to 1. This is great because they're iterating on it so early. I want them to keep doing this. The problem with Overwatch 1's border system and all that progression system was that it never changed and just stayed the same over years. So I'm glad that they're updating this so quickly. Next up is the missions. They fixed a couple of bugs. Namely, the two important ones are the Toronto slicers clipping through the ferry, which ruined a lot of players' games. You can't kill them when they're in the ferry, so it was just kind of over. The other important one I see here is the fix to the Brig Spash and Whip Shot not working around the Mega Cannon. This made Gothenburg unplayable last point for Brig at some points. I know I lost games to it, and other people did as well. And it was just really annoying to play a 25-minute run on Legendary, get to the end, and then need your Brig to bash something, and she couldn't because there was just this invisible hitbox. But they removed that, so that's really good. And last up, most importantly, this is the PvP balancing. It's only Illari, and it's only nerfs. First up is our healing pylon. Heal decreased from 40 to 30, and shields decreased from 75 to 50. This definitely weakens her as a character. I hope that they continue to tweak these numbers. I think jumping 10 HP down is a big jump. They could have done something smaller. But the shields on the pylon decreasing is completely fair. It sucked to peek the corner to try to take out the turret, and you finally get the angle on it, but you're in the middle of the open space, and you have to commit to being there, as most characters, for a long time. This puts the pylon at 125 HP total, which is the range where almost all characters can two-shot it. This is good because it was that break-off point that some characters could two-shot it and peek around the corner, and maybe then they're open for 1 or 2 seconds, and then others had to commit to being there for like 3 or 4 seconds. So it creates it more consistency across the hero pool, which is a common thread of their balance lately, which is great. Captive Sun says, projectile, impact, and explosion are now blocked by barriers. This is good because it creates consistency throughout the game. Most things can be blocked by barriers, so it was weird that her ult wasn't, especially since it's similar in its effects to like Nade, where it applies an effect that stays on you for a few seconds. Second change to Captive Sun is the projectile size was decreased from 1.5 meters to 0.75 meters. 1.5 meters is massive for the Americans out there. 1.5 meters is like the size of some characters in Overwatch. It was a massive hitbox, and you gotta remember it's a sphere, like Wrecking Ball. Divas, Genjis, Orissas, they were all getting it by accident. They were all deflecting it or eating it by accident. Or on purpose, but very generous on their end. It was very easy for them to eat it. So this is a healthy balance overall for Captive Sun. Makes it so that more characters can interact with it and negate it. But the ones who were previously able to do it super easily can't do it as easily. And then finally, the Sunstruck duration decreased from 7 to 6 seconds. This is nice because 6 seconds is enough time to get around cover and hide yourself, and either you've gotten it detonated by then or you haven't. It's just like you had to sit there for an extra second or two behind the cover and then re-engage, and it made the flow of the game a little bit sloppier, so I'm glad they're clearing that up. It doesn't really change much as far as balance is concerned. Either you were going to die or you weren't. It just adds 1 second where you need to be behind cover. Overall, I think these nerfs are a little bit heavy-handed, but they're definitely not going to take her out of the meta. She's still being run in pro scrims. She's still being run in contenders. I'm sure she'll still be run after this. I'm pretty sure teams were trying to make her work even with the heavier-handed nerfs that she was planning on getting. The dev team did listen to the community feedback and pulled those back and met us in the middle somewhere. So that's really good. I like the idea of characters coming out a little bit OP, and then them slowly reining them back and putting them in line with the rest of the cast. It keeps things fresh and makes people come back to the game. So that's good. I like their philosophy. I like what they're doing. That's it for the patch notes. I have a big video coming out later this week that I know you guys are going to love, so hit that button. That's all, folks. GG's.